Hello and welcome to ISW number 4. Hello and welcome to ISW. That's great that I'm also in the background. Ah. Okay. Okay. So this week we are gonna have a 1v1 tournament. I didn't even say all rounds are best of 3. I'm gonna say that. Let's go. I think we might. I changed the title. I changed the title for stream, no? I didn't update it. See, that's just... It's just rookie mistakes over and over again. I changed it in OBS, but I didn't update it. This is just... LML. It's actually ISW number 4, not ISW 3. Okay, we're coming into this first game. FLiCKY versus Tempo. FLiCKY is going to be picking Zol, and Tempo is going to be picking Ajari. So, during the week, I saw FLiCKY play versus Tempo, and FLiCKY chose Mala. So I was hoping he was gonna play Mala, because that would be like different to what he did last week. But no, it looks like at least in this first game, we are gonna be seeing FLiCKY play his I-Core into Thrum combo. Did everybody load in? Yes, does look like everybody loaded in. Perfect. Okay. Very passive opener from both competitors here. We see both going for an early expansion. I think he's going for something. I think he was scouting. He put his FLiCKY put his symbiote on patrol. Incredible. So that he could scout and find the one ether. Amazing. If it sounds like I'm disinterested or something, it's not. I've just been sick this whole week, so. Teapot wars happening. I'm not sure what did Tempo scout. So Tempo did not see the neurosite, but he did see the ether more. He didn't see the surge. That's what Tempo sees. As for what FLiCKY sees, FLiCKY should have seen everything. Amazing. I definitely want to see if this do-gooder character has actually... Oh, it's Granas. What the hell? Nice. Right. Because I recognize the name, but... Okay, back to the game. See an early Bonestalker opening, not I-Core this time. And yeah, the Neurosite, of course. Not instead of the Murder Hollow, so... We see... Tempo going for the early Soul Foundry, early as you can, with the Reliquary. FLiCKY actually going for the corner fire camps early in the game. Just floating a bit here, you might be looking for an expansion. Or just waiting for the Legion Hall. Could be that too. Neither player started upgrades yet, I think. Yeah. Very good. Tempo is building a massive wall at the ramp
Skulk in
for the natural.
as you like. Heaven's light will reveal who among you.
I don't know. It's an interesting idea.
It is by our actions that we are made worthy, Ajari.
It can be pretty annoying
Save
on
your
cannon,
summons for the
just
captain
having
you
that back door. If you block it all off, then you only have to worry about one direction, right? So early fight coming out. It does look like Tempo is gonna lose this, but actually, it looked a lot better with Zol. But now that all the Bone Stalkers have died, it's looking a lot scarier for FLiCKY. Zol comes out again because Zol has like a 20-second cooldown. Alright, Tempo is definitely gonna win this now. That's cool. Freaking Skrill. There's a lot of Underspine that FLiCKY has decided to build. I think Underspine are generally a good unit, but they they're pretty hard to have as the main unit in your army because they don't deal a lot of damage. This is looking really bad for FLiCKY early here. Taking a lot of damage from this. He doesn't really have that big of an army. The Godheart was pretty late, in my opinion. Yeah, Tempo's got a lot of stuff here. And he split off a section of Safari to go harass the third base as well. Looks like Tempo is going to decide that he's just going to focus and kill the third base. Probably a good idea. There's a little dervish mine there. Whoa, sorry. There's a lone Bone Stalker harassing Tempo's third. He's kind of off center with his wall. But yeah, it looks like FLiCKY's third is gonna go down to this attack from Tempo, and honestly, he's got a lot of units. This is pretty scary for FLiCKY fans everywhere. Like, unironically, what would have saved him here is definitely building Ichor. Just because he used them all of last tournament and got memed on for it, doesn't mean they're not, like, at least the best answer to Safari, right? There you go. So he did build the Murder Hollow eventually. He is now training up Ichor so that he doesn't lose. But it might be too little too late. Really. We'll see. Is all gonna be coming out here? It's gonna turn the tide. We might see it. Zolga doing a lot of damage to these Safari. actually very good. Alright. Now it's looking okay. Tempo's reinforcements are stuck on the other side of the map, and these can all die. Looks like FLiCKY is going to be able to defend this. But yeah, he's a base down. He spent a lot of alloy and other... Okay, wait. This could get interesting. Depending on the micro, but it looks like FLiCKY is fully on top of it. He's not going to lose any of his core anymore. Whoa. Dervish is on 1 HP. The Warden. That could be pretty annoying. But only one Warden should get pushed away by the Omnivore. Of course, the Underspine also shoot up, so we can't forget that. I want to say that FLiCKY is going to defend this, but Tempo's got so much behind this, and he just keeps coming with reinforcements, so I don't know. This looks like... This looks pretty bad for FLiCKY. I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is not even enough core to kill this, really. It is enough core to kill this, but not both at the same time, right? Oh, he might kill the base. If he kills the natural, that's really, really tough. Like, he's banking off a little bit of alloy now, so that if he does kill it, he can rebuild it. Smart decisions. Okay. This time he actually killed everything. Incredible. Love your work. I've just got like complete map control. Like, he did expand. I didn't actually catch that. But FLiCKY has expanded to a third base. Not the natural one, but the one in front of the main. It's a pretty scary base, being down a ramp and on the low ground. But it's definitely sneaky. The people usually don't go this way. Warden harass coming in onto FLiCKY's main alloy line. This is a lot. There's a lot of Sapari. Core group coming across the map to harass, but yeah, that natural base does eventually go down. It was really low, so that was gonna happen, right? The Arc Mothers are gonna have a go at defending this harassment. Meanwhile, it looks like Tempo's going for the end. FLiCKY really doesn't have a lot of army supply or population. It's pretty sketchy. To have such low population and to also split half of it off and go attack on the other side of the map, like, I understand you need to deal damage, because otherwise you're just going to lose over time, but, I mean, he really doesn't have a ton to defend here. I say that, but the way he's got his units positioned, he's kind of derping out the Sapari AI, and Tempo's finding it hard to actually get to attack him. It looks like, yeah, FLiCKY is going to successfully defend here. For now. Ooh, I wouldn't click in. Yeah, 2 base versus 4 base. It's not looking great for FLiCKY over time. Yeah, just more and more reinforcements coming in for Tempo. And, yeah, here comes an Absolver that's gonna kill this base really quickly. FLiCKY doesn't even have enough alloy to rebuild a base, so... yeah, he's just gonna GG. That was really well played by Tempo. Just continuous pressure, and he punishes FLiCKY not going for early I-core. Love to see it. So here we go. Looks like Tempo is gonna go for Ajari. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, as they say. I didn't even see what FLiCKY's gonna play. He's also gonna play Ajari, it looks like. Looks like both players have loaded in. Down in the bottom right on Team Fire, Tempo playing Ajari. Ooh. And up in the top left on Team Ice, FLiCKY also playing Ajari. Amazing. FLiCKY going for an Acropolis first opening, whereas Tempo has decided it's a Legion Hall time. Okay. Tempo might be going for... I say might be going for early tech, but he hasn't done a Ether Extractor. Instead, it looks like he's gonna proxy something. He's gonna expand, but he's also got this moat, sneaky moat. He's gonna go proxy something. Maybe an Angelarium sometime, or maybe just simply a Legion Hall. There you go. What is that? What? Secretly, Tempo cancels the Legion Hall at home and instead proxies it, but it instantly gets scouted by FLiCKY. FLiCKY instantly sees it, so that's gonna be interesting. On the other side of the map, Tempo does not know what FLiCKY is doing. He is in fact going for Sapari Sao Shin. Ooh. It looks like he did cancel that while we weren't looking. A good decision, considering it got scouted instantly. Also, Tempo also going for Sapari Sao Shin with the Reliquary. I mean, is there any other option in Ajari vs Ajari? I don't know if Zephyrs really trade that well into Sapari Sao Shin. I'm sure you could make a Zephyr build work if you were like, you built a lot of them and then you went and you killed their natural expansion. I could see that working really well. But yeah. Not too dissimilar, the openings from two players here. Although FLiCKY did get a Sao Shin out earlier. But Tempo is going to have his Soul Foundry earlier as well. Fighting. Ooh.
I come to save this land and its people.
FLiCKY kills
Defy me at your
one of Tempo's teapots.
Poor misguided fools. I shall save as many as I can.
Tempo's just got this one hero Sapari, and he's microing furiously to go kill some motes inside of FLiCKY's base. It doesn't look like he's gonna get anything, and this Sao Shin is now gonna Stop him. Stop him. Cool. Cool. Tempo's got more army population, so... So what happened there? Tempo had pulled one of the symbiotes from the Pyre camp. So I feel like he could have done a tactic there where he ran his Safari around and then he moved in, but he looks like he mistimed it. Dervish out for FLiCKY. Such what would I say? The same is true for Tempo, except Tempo's got 2 more, right? He's just hiding them. Keep splitting off like one Safari. This one doesn't have a lot of health. Looks like he's gonna die to the tower. Okay. Unlucky. 5 minutes into this match, and we see FLiCKY is getting his 3rd base. It has been getting his 3rd base. I would be looking for Tempo doing the same, but it looks like Tempo is going to prioritize building Dervish right now, which is interesting. He might be able to do a lot of economic damage by killing workers with those, as much as he can also win the fights with all these Dervish. I wonder if he knows that these are here. I hope he knows that those 4 Dervish are actually there. That would be super awkward. Yeah, I mean, there is no reason that Tempo should actually be losing these fights. Oh, here you go. It looks like he did know. Look at all the Dervish. The Dervish themselves can almost win this fight. That's how many he has. Damn, that's wild. But units amidst your ranks. You would killed him. So yeah, Tempo easily winning that fight, but he did lose a few Dervish. So it was more of a trade. Because the deliver from evil means that FLiCKY didn't actually lose everything. The Warden coming out from FLiCKY. This is what FLiCKY did to me in the first ISW. Yeah, I thought he had Wardens out at like 5 minutes. It looks like it's closer to 6 or 7. Yeah. Of course, that makes sense, right? Because you have to go all the way through Soul Foundry to get to the Angelarium and build Wardens. Magaru. Ooh. Big surround here coming from Tempo. But yeah, the Warden count is getting quite extreme. We see at the other side of the map. FLiCKY trying to do some Dervish harass, but it doesn't look like he actually made it to the moat line. Damn, it's kind of unlucky. The positioning there. I don't know if he killed any workers. He might have got 2. I didn't even see when Tempo expanded. But he has, so it's 3 base versus 3 base. It was like, yeah. Yeah. We do see the Angelarium coming from Tempo now. Oh. Here's a harassment group. Oh, this will get killed, maybe? Whoa. The micro. Whoa. The Wardens deal so much damage. Oh, it's interesting. A moat scout? Or it might have been trying to cannon rush or do something. But yeah, Tempo's already got Castigators out, so he is going to be able to take down... We might take down one Warden? Almost. Keeper of the Keeper of the Heart and Flame goes down. That's pretty big. FLiCKY able to kill a tech building. Very damaging. I don't really know where FLiCKY is clicking his army to. Here we go. FLiCKY is going to be getting that pyre right from under Tempo's nose there. Unlucky. Wardens are now harassing Tempo's third base. Tempo needs to click off his Castigators to go and deal with them. Oh wait, no he doesn't. He's got Sentinels. Perfect. Way better. Way better for dealing with Warden harass. Very nice. Population-wise, we see we're very even. And income slash bank slash resources-wise, we're pretty even if you ignore Pyre. FLiCKY's got a Pyre lead. We'll see how that manifests. All the Wardens for FLiCKY going down here. Pretty tough. But he's gonna... Why are they so slow? Yeah, he's gonna, like, kill a lot of Tempo's stuff there. Except that the population didn't really go down because he had reinforcements sitting at his... what would you call this? Second tower core citadel? I don't know. The citadel that you get at the start of the game. So we see that. What the? This is a complicated game now. We got Tempo doing run-bys with Dervish. We got the Sentinels to come out to fight the Sentinels. We got two Sapari over here to do harassment as well. A lot of things happening. Damn. Look, he's split off a decent amount of his army. He's gonna get 3 workers. And yeah, all his stuff came home. So FLiCKY clicked his whole army home to defend the Dervish. Then he clicks some... He's got some Sapari doing harassment on the third. One Fire Singer is not enough here, as you can see. But he's just going to be killing the Ether Extractor, and then probably the base, right? Both players going for 4th bases, although FLiCKY's was up a lot quicker. Big fight. So FLiCKY still has 2 Sentinels, so in the air he should be winning that maybe. Or actually no, because the Castigators, they kill the Sentinels. Aye. But he is going to win the ground fight because he has more Absolvers, right? Way scarier. Sharu from FLiCKY. As well. It looks like he smited the Wardens. That's what it was. FLiCKY has forgotten his pyre. It does look that way. He's sitting on 400 pyre right now. Yeah, what FLiCKY could do, because he's got 400 pyre, he could take a really committed fight like that and just salvation and probably win the game. To be honest. Let's see if he's just flicked his whole army into tempos. That's not great. That's unlucky. He was microing this, right? Oh, he does! FLiCKY casts Salvation, and then Tempo decides, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, run away from that. I'm not gonna go super roll in until that's over. Salvation ends, and, yeah, Tempo's still got a lot more population. Although, is that all here? Must be all in the Wardens. I don't know. I feel like FLiCKY... Okay, yeah, he does have Castigators. I was gonna say, he built Zephyrs. But I feel like he should have built more Castigators. Similar to what Tempo did. Is the... No, it's not bugged. Tempo's just rallying all his stuff here. He doesn't all army hotkey like the rest of us. Wow. A little bit of Warden harass. Tempo is going to use that as a distraction to go kill this tower in the middle of the map. It's a very important tower for either side. Ooh, looks like FLiCKY hasn't upgraded his 4th base, but Tempo has upgraded his 4th base. Got a bit of a economic lead for Tempo. FLiCKY casts Salvation again. He gets a little bit of value out of that, but it just kind of looks like FLiCKY doesn't have enough population. He just doesn't have enough production structures. Looks like. Unless it's bugged. No. I don't think it is. I don't know who wins this. It looks like FLiCKY is starting to win. But at the same time lose. Okay, FLiCKY is gonna clean all of this up. That makes sense because Tempo split off like a quarter of it to go kill all the moats. Heavy damage dealt by FLiCKY by just defending that attack there. This could get spicier. It looks like the Remax is slowly coming together. It's important that Tempo doesn't fight with a low amount of the units. He needs everything if he's gonna fight. Because the population pop gap has been closed. We're very even again. So FLiCKY's got a lot of ether. I would say build Sharu, but it looks like he already tried that and it didn't go so well, right? So yeah, that's interesting. Maybe you can build them now that you have more of an army. That could be the go. What are we doing? Both players clicking their armies away from each other, getting pyre camps. My god. Tempo's taking a 5th. We're 18 minutes into this game. At this point, I think the main base is starting to get close to mining out, and the bastions stop mining. big attack from FLiCKY here. And Tempo really doesn't seem like he wins it, and the population would agree. But also because Tempo is harassing on the other side of the map, right? If FLiCKY is gonna kill the 4th expansion of Tempo here. And yeah, I mean, if you're a Tempo here, you kind of just can't fight this. This is interesting. This looks pretty bad for Tempo now. Yeah, I need GG's. Yeah, I don't think he could fight back. This this army is just, it's just too big. GG. What a close second game. It really could have gone either way. Until that last push. That was great. Truly back and forth. Incredible. Tempo once again going for what he knows best in this map number 3. FLiCKY also going Ajari again. Let's go. Alright, run it back. Except on a different map. This time we're on Snake. Welcome to Snake. Both players, once again, being Ajari. Crazy. Did Tempo load in? He did load in. Let's go. Both players expanding first. Nothing out of the ordinary yet. Nice. Looks like it's just gonna be a very normal opener for both, for both players here. Both going for the exact same build. Expo, Legion Hall. Although FLiCKY's gone for an Ether Surge and Tempo's gone for an Ether Extractor. Yeah. The double teapot domination here for Tempo, pushing FLiCKY's teapot back. Although he has kind of forgotten about the other one. Now he's instead going to lose his teapot to both of FLiCKY's. This is an all-in scout. Both teapots clicked into the main base of FLiCKY. And it looks like we didn't see a lot. Looks like it didn't really go as planned. Yeah, just getting up the ramp and then dying instantly to the tower core. Oh well. Yeah, he sees the second Legion Hall. And once again, FLiCKY has scouted everything. Correct. Pari Saoshin opener for Tempo. Same thing, gonna be coming out for FLiCKY. It looks like this time Tempo got his Saoshin earlier. So we'll see what he does with it. Just taking fire camps. Normal opener things. Soul Foundry coming out from Tempo. Progressing that tech tree. I don't see one for FLiCKY yet. Looks like FLiCKY's going for a third base. Or, yeah? Yes. FLiCKY's going for a third base. Instead of... It's kind of greedy, right? FLiCKY going for a pretty greedy opening. Only got 2 production structures. He's going for a third base already.
At your peril.
Fight coming out here in the middle of the map.
Take no joy in killing you.
Looks like Tempo believes he doesn't win, which is probably true. FLiCKY's got 3 Saoshin to Tempo's 1. Angelarium after the Soul Foundry for Tempo. It's really... Damn. Cool. So we might see some early Wardens. Curiously. FLiCKY doesn't have a Keeper of the Hardened Flame, so the only thing that shoots up is the Saoshin for now, until the Soul Foundry that he's building finishes, and then he can build Castigators, right? So, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, no Keeper of the Hardened Flame, no Keeper of the Hardened Flame for either player here. So no upgrades just yet. No upgrades even possible. We see a Safari run by coming in from FLiCKY, but the moats deal with it. You really shouldn't underestimate workers in this game. They have a lot of HP and they actually attack really quickly, so they can deal with small run-bys like 2 Safari or 1 Safari actually quite adeptly. The Dervish are out for FLiCKY. But on the other side of the map, the Wardens are out for Tempo. Ooh. I didn't see the Angelarium go down, but there is also an Angelarium for FLiCKY, so that really shouldn't be that big of a deal. We just see that Tempo skipped building Dervish to instead go for more Safari and to get the Wardens earlier. Zoom in. Tempo's got a population lead again, and he's looking for a surround here, but it looks like kind of a little bit of a miss micro. He's trying to do 2 things at once, also trying to kill moats on the other side of the map. Sentinel does come out to push, or to just kill Tempo's Wardens. Not even push them back. Sentinels outspeed them, so... We're just killing them. We see upgrades. We see upgrade structures made for both players, but I'm not sure if you can see research progress. Both players going for an attack on each other's thirds. FLiCKY's gonna kill Tempo's third first, and actually it looks like Tempo's not gonna kill FLiCKY's third at all. Maybe. Actually, because he kills these and then he kills the third. Yeah. But FLiCKY is going to have a chance to come defend. Yeah. Safari deal actually tons of damage to buildings. It's really well executed by Tempo there. Very well timed. Deliver from Evil. Makes sure that he kills the base, but doesn't wait a moment longer. Get out of there. Yeah, so both players trading their third expansions. FLiCKY's got an army lead, a population advantage. But I'd imagine a lot of that is tied up in air. Tempo doing some very intense micro here. FLiCKY's expanding to a fourth base. I didn't even catch that. Amazing. It looks like Tempo may have completely blocked this in, like entirely. You might be able to get around there. Both of these fire singers are going to go down. FLiCKY looking to take the base of Tempo once more. Once again, the Sentinel fight is just... That is the most important thing, is to get air superiority in this matchup. Because the Wardens are so good. And it looks like Tempo, with some very impressive micro, has managed to keep 2 Sentinels at 10 HP. And dominate the sky. FLiCKY's got a lot of ether, so does Tempo. It kind of just seems like Ajari and maybe Karath in general has a problem with ether. Because I know that if you're playing Aru, you've got a lot more units you can sink ether into and have it make sense. That was actually perfectly timed. That was insane. And he got everything. What the hell? That might be the best Deliver from Evil I've ever seen. I know that last week there was one that I was very impressed by, but that might top the one from last week. A big fight coming out here in the middle of the map. It looks like Tempo has more things. Yeah, he's got a very big population advantage. This is looking real bad for FLiCKY now. A lot of Tempo's units low HP, but they're not dead, right? Which is really important. It means he deals a lot more damage. And he could take up a lot more space. Plus the Saoshin healing. Yeah. Well, now it looks kind of sketchy, right? Like you might be able to defend this now. I should have reinforcements somewhere. Looks like they're all in production. Yeah. Looks like Tempo isn't quite gonna get this base. When did this go down? I didn't even catch that. FLiCKY's third base went down at some point. Maybe I forgot about it. I might have forgotten about it. I hope I would have seen that. Because he rebuilt it, but then it... he didn't make it again. Or he rebuilt it, but then it died again. At some point. Fourth base for Tempo. Finally going down, really. 12 minutes into the game. You probably would have expected the fourth base to have been up for a bit now. Dude. Tempo has so many wardens. There's just no way. Like his entire army just disintegrating. Wow. Yeah, if I was FLiCKY here, I'd definitely want to be looking to build more castigators because, I mean, Tempo is already got air superiority with the amount of sentinels, so the more sentinels you build, they just die, right? Also, Tempo has built castigators. Okay, yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Tempo winning in his first game ever in ISW against reigning champion FLiCKY in the first round. That's my boy. Incredible. Here we go, round 2. We're gonna be watching Granas versus Tempo. This is match 1. Map 1 on Fool's Bay. Ooh. More Krath. Tempo playing his Ajari, Granas playing his Awesome. I love this map. Good map. Tempo on Team Fire, playing Ajari. Granas on Team Ice, playing Orson. Let's get it. Tempo going for a Legion Hall first. Granas going for an expansion first. I don't know. A lot of people will take this base as their natural instead of this one. The way I see it, this is like much more natural. Haha. It's much more of a natural expansion for me. I don't know why. So you got the tower down here. Like, it makes more sense. It's further away from your opponent, right? But yeah. Tempo taking the aggressive natural. Granas taking the more passive natural. Granas going for a quick monastery. So we're gonna see some Zephyr play early, it looks like. I like it. I'm not 100% sure on how Sapari Saoshin trades into Zephyrs. I wouldn't imagine it's amazing. Especially if you've got some Zentari in front.
I am Orzum, Regent Imperium of Heaven's Empire. Kneel or be destroyed.
Kneel will be destroyed.
Leave me no choice. May the innocent among your number find me in death.
Yeah, there you go. Monastery is finished. It looks like Granas didn't actually have enough ether to build as many Zephyr as he wanted, so he just made one. That makes sense. It's gonna... I think it's kind of counterintuitive to stream Tempo's games. Yeah, that's true. But the only reason I'm streaming Tempo right now is because he won in round 1. So it kind of... Like, yeah, ideally I wouldn't be streaming Tempo right now. I'd probably be streaming FireZerg FLiCKY right now. But this is how I chose to do it this time. I chose because it's easy. It's easy if I make it. I'm streaming every game that is the first in every round. But yeah, we might think about who we stream next time. So both players went for some early harass off of farming the pycamps, but Granas seems to have, well, I mean, he killed the moats, right? Granas killed a lot of the moats for only 2 Zentari, I think. And Tempo didn't really get as much damage. Did a bunch of damage to buildings, like a bunch of damage to this Legion Hall. But other than that, yeah. So an early population advantage coming out from Tempo here, because Granas traded pretty heavily with his Zentari and his first Zephyr. But yeah. Now see the South Shin. So, Tempo's got an insane surround here. This might be really big. Still looks like Granas found a way. Oh, I thought that Zephyr was gonna die. Yeah. Big damage dealt by Tempo here, but he didn't actually get the full surround. He got like a 2-sided sandwich. Like a pincer, but not a full surround. He almost killed everything, so it looks like Granas almost sacrificing one Zephyr to... Is that Aros is the god of the Krath? I don't know. I need to read way more on the lore if I'm gonna keep casting. Granas going for the quick double expand? What is this? Granas going for some very greedy play early. We'll see if he does it. If he doesn't die here, he'll definitely be ahead. But Tempo's got a lot of army. Doubling the population of Granas is Tempo. Tempo is gonna want to get a 3rd base, and it looks like that's exactly what he's doing. At about this time is a normal timing. Yeah. Empire Unbroken used so the Citadel doesn't go down. And yeah, now Granas is starting to get a lot of Zephyr. This is moment by moment looking worse for Tempo. That Windstep may have been a bit zealous. Tempo switching it up. Turning. Gets one Zephyr. That was pretty cool. He pushes him all the way back to his base. But yeah, Granas has got 2 expansions. Hasn't upgraded them yet. Some pretty decent Zephyr micro out of Granas here. Granas here. Yeah. Dealing a lot of damage to the Sapari Sashin. So it is interesting to see that, yeah, for the supply versus supply, or population for population, the Zephyr does seem to do a little better. What the hell? Granas is going for a 5th base. Incredible. Incredible. Is that a 5th base before even upgrading your 3rd? You'll love to see it. It's goofy. Not that he can't do it though. He's got enough supply here, or enough population here to he's got enough population to defend. So yeah. This may get costly for Granas. I think the Zephyrs can outtrade this from range, right? So you'll want to kite with them, but if they're up close, the Sapari Sashid is definitely going to kill them, right? Yeah, this is not winning for Granas. He is going to lose everything here, and possibly even the space. A bit too greedy. A bit too greedy. He's getting another base. Just 6 bases. FireZerg has already won the first game versus FLiCKY. That's really cool. Just a full newcomer. Coming in, dominating. That's cool. It's a cool storyline there. Empire Unbroken is just insane. Delays the base going down for an extra, like, 10 seconds. Granas did get a flank and killed all of the absolvers that Tempo had set up. It's pretty expensive. But here you see splitting up his army. Oh, on the other side of the map, a run by from Tempo. This is like crazy. Granas just expanded so many times. He hasn't upgraded any of the bases. He just expanded to them. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Again, Granas is able to jump onto the absolvers and just target them down. But I mean, he's kind of ignoring the Sapari Sao Shin, which... What is Granas doing? Build more army! Why aren't you building more army? I mean, he's got so much cash, so much money. But instead of building, like, more units, he's just building bases. Interesting strategy. And Tempo, you know, Tempo's trading really heavily here and also hasn't taken a 4th base. Even though he should probably be able to figure out that, you know, even... Has he never scouted this base? What? No, he should have, right? Yeah, he's scouted this base. He hasn't scouted this one, but... You should be able to infer that he's up against a lot of expansions here. And also, he would usually take a 4th base at the wall. That's not what I meant to do. I'm so sorry. I feel like this run by has been at this base for ages, just denying mining. It must have been. Yeah, Tempo usually would have expanded by now. We should be seeing a 4th at some point. And I think as soon as Tempo's got a 4th, this is gonna get really hard for Granas. I mean, it's already really hard. He spent so much money making 2 little units, and then you lose your army. That's really expensive. But because he's got so many expansions, it means he can kind of just lose them over and over and over, right? Until he's got a big enough army. Also, something to notice is he's taken a lot of bases, but he hasn't taken any of the ethers, even though he wants to go Zephyr. Not that he's struggling on ether by any means. It's just interesting, interesting decision making from Granas in this first map. And yeah, this is pretty brutal. You've just sieged up 4 absolvers in the middle of the production of of Granas here, that's brutal, bro. He was already struggling on supply, or on population, and that's gonna be it. Interesting. The many bases strategy didn't pay off this time. Is it really only 11 right now? Is that true? Crazy. Okay. Huh. I thought... Because I thought it started at 11, or... Oh wait, no. I think I started this at 10 o'clock European time, maybe. Because I think I put the time back an hour, right? Ah! Okay. Wait, so it's really not that bad. Okay, well, indefensible then. Indefensible then. It's not that late. Right. Switching the view to the spectator thingy. We could see that Tempo and Granas also picked the same immortals, but now we're on Frontiers. Amazing. Tempo going for an expansion first build this time. Granas also doing the same. Looks like this is going to be expansion into Legion Hall. Your basic Karath builds. Yeah. Yeah. One for FLiCKY, one for FireZerg, it seems. Ooh. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, I would have preferred to watch that one. But I said I was streaming the first game anyway. I said I was streaming the first game in every round. That's just how it is. We need to see FireZerg next round. If he's not in the first game, I'm just gonna... He might even get... If he wins... No, I don't think he'll get a bye. Because someone has to... Someone is gonna get matched up with Shadow Fury, but he's forfeited, so... Yes. If FireZerg wins, then I think we will be casting FireZerg in the next one. I think regardless though, I'm probably just gonna overrule it. Okay, with some pretty normal builds coming out. This time we see Granas going for a Magi build instead of going early Zephyr. Yeah, who needs rules? Who needs rules? Not me. Not tournament organizer me. No. Early third expansion. Or maybe not, you know? I might experiment with going for 3-minute expansions. It doesn't seem like it's that bad, because I mean, think about it. At this stage in the game, there aren't that many builds that can kill you. And as long as you build a little bit of stuff, you should be able to defend. Right?
Too long have you coddled these mortals with the frailties of your heart.
And like, 2 base income is fine, but once you're on 3 base income on any map, you're feeling really good. Yeah. Like, it's interesting. Despite going for, like, a pretty early third base, Granas and Tempo have the same number of production structures. Tempo going for some early worker harass here. He's gonna kill a lot of these modes. Granas read all the rules. I hope everyone reads all the rules. I update them from time to time. That was a pretty good move from Tempo there. He kills a few workers. Gets the recall off, or the deliver from evil. Yeah, so there's Antari Magi, and then he's just built an Absolver. This is a pretty scary army, although this Magi is all alone. Oh no. The expensive units all alone. Not really ideal. We are gonna see Granas siege up the Absolver here, but he lets it get surrounded, so it's just gonna instantly die. I think if you're gonna do this kind of thing, you definitely want to put the Absolver in the middle of your Zentari, and you need to body block it as it's deploying. The Magi goes down. One of the Magi's goes down. Is the other one? Granas kiting away from his Magi. It was definitely not an even trade. Tempo came up really far ahead here because I think he only lost a few Sapari, but Granas lost a lot of Ether units. Okay, so Granas just doing his regular thing where he builds a bunch of expansions, although looks like this time he did actually upgrade the third base. Yeah. So, I mean, this time Granas is going to have a pretty sizable income lead, and it's going to be probably harder for Tempo to punish, although right now he's literally going to punish this very greedy expansion with all this army. But it looks like Tempo is going to be able to get this base. I don't know about going on the Absolvers. Damn. Ajari's tanky. Yeah, so what Tempo definitely wants to do behind this is, at this point in the game, you for sure want to be getting a third base. There you go. Tempo's getting a third base. Oh, Empire Unbroken comes in. That's going to delay killing the base for like 10 seconds. Or maybe 20 seconds, because it stops it from dying for 10 seconds and then it regens and it gives it 10 seconds. And Granas actually is going to get a chance to defend it here. See, this is a lot better. This is much more what you want to see. Yeah. The Absolver did a lot more damage there, but now you've got all these Sapari on like 2 HP and... Ooh, Tempo wasn't really controlling them, and... Yeah, this base isn't going to go down here, so... Oh, unless Granas decides not to defend it. Here come the Wardens. Oh, there's a Warden in his main base. I didn't even see that. Yeah, that's a big deal. I don't know... We got Granas building Castigators. And this did go down now because of the Warden. Yeah. Tempo with the early Warden harass. Probably Ajari's best build. Also, a Warden is gonna beat a Castigator in a 1v1, provided they can actually hit them. That's cool. I think Tempo forgot about this Warden. Oh well. Well, by killing that expansion, that knocks Granas back to 3 base. So he's still ahead in income, which I think is that makes it a good argument for going for like an early third expansion and then expanding to a fourth at 5 minutes. I think that's actually... Like, I would say Granas is being greedy, but he didn't die. And he has more than enough army to defend. So maybe this is just what you should do. I don't know. I don't know, yeah. Greed is what Granas does. Yeah. House of the Fading Saints going down. So we're probably going to see Arc Mothers out of tempo. He really likes to go Arc Mothers. I think it's just a good decision. It's what you should do as a Jari. Right? Go for both Vanguard units. What languages do I know? English. That's it. 2 Angelariums going down. For Granas here. I mean, okay, so here, this is like actually a lot of population here. Or it feels like this is a lot of army. But the population is still in Tempo's favor. That's probably because of the Wardens, right? And we've got Sentinels as well, denying the Wardens, so I mean... Ah! Wah! I don't know who wins this fight. I'd almost give it to Granas, despite the population difference. He's expanding to a 6th base before he's upgraded this one. I said 6th, this is 5th. Zerg overrun FLiCKY. Let's go. It did quickly as well. Like... Each of those games was like, what? 10 minutes each, maybe? 10 to 15 minutes instead of the 20-minute... wars that the first round ones were, like, impressive. This is a lot of Safari for a run by. I would say they'll all get caught, but they won't because it's Deliver from Evil time. But at the same time, Tempo's attacking Granas's thingy. His 4th. The Scepter's here. Granas created Scepters, and they defended it incredibly well. Tempo lost a lot here. He's still losing everything. Damn. That was really bad for Tempo. Like, I would say that Tempo was leading in army for the whole game, right? He has been, but now we're seeing the economic lead show itself and like become really hard for Tempo to deal with. And now, yeah, Granas is coming for an all-in push, and I don't know if Tempo can defend this. 2 Absolvers over here on the 3rd. Yeah, I don't know if he can defend this. Definitely not with this. It's just a lot of Zentari. Yeah, Tempo GG's. The army from Granas is too big. GG. Okay, coming into map 3. Granas playing Awesome, Tempo playing Ajari. We see it again. There's a good reason for both players to pick the Immortal they picked. I suspect the chief reason among them is that it's what they're most comfortable with. Both players going for an expansion first. Granas setting up his Legion Hall early. And Tempo gonna be doing his one a little bit later. There you go. Ether Surge from Granas. Probably an Ether Extractor here. Oh. Yeah. So if Tempo wins this round, I don't know what Granas is. I guess Granas would have won round 1 as well. Yes, won over Shadow Fury. So whoever wins this match is going to play FireZerg, basically. Very cool. Just some normal early game things, both players taking the Pyre camp in the center of the map. The Pyre miner in the center of the map, in this case, on Canyon. In terms of opening tech, we can see that Granas has already got a Reliquary, so it looks like Granas is going to be going for Magi again. Makes sense. Worked last time, maybe it'll work again. See a Reliquary going down for Tempo as well. Looks like he's going to be going Xiaoxin again. Probably going to cast all the FireZerg games as one of mine, since the FireZerg games are so quick. Yeah, we'll see. And yeah, definitely if there's games left over, I'm going to jump into the relevant thread and I'm gonna be like, yo, when you guys are out of a game, I'm gonna stream it.
It is time to know the measure of your soul. Prepare yourself for my judgment.
Before I rout you, heathen, you shall
Oh wait,
know.
Citadel being taken by Granas here. I'm gonna see Granas lose his Zentari and yeah, and expand to a third base. Classic. Here come the Magi. I think Tempo would lose this. For sure. Granas sieges the Magi up. Then he can really easily defend this third base. Dervish seems to be the plan for Tempo. We'll see. I know that Ichor microed well can definitely kill Zentari. If the Zentari are sieged up on empowered by Magi, though it can definitely get a little bit sketchy. They deal a lot of damage. One of Tempo's faithful Sapari going down. As they retreat. Holy, that's a lot of dervish. There's 8 dervish with 2 more on the way. What the heck? Tempo is preparing an absolutely incredible push. Granas will not expect it. But right now, Granas is more than happy to just take a 4th. All the dervish in the kingdom have been called forth by Ajari. Oh, they've been activated. It's time. How did that happen? Granas killing the rocks so they can get a shorter rush distance. Has Tempo seen this yet? Oh my god! Tempo just hasn't seen this. Look at that. He's like one, I don't know what you'd call this, like fog of war cell away from figuring it out. That's crazy. Here come the dervish. There's so many. Oh my god. I fucked it up. Look, he just kills everything that Granas has. But now he's gonna go kill the Absolvers and lose a bunch of them. They don't trade very well into Absolvers, it seems. It's a lot of damage, but if you lose all of these, that was a very expensive worker harassment move. Yeah. I mean, Tempo dealt a lot of damage, but yeah. That was very expensive, and if that was all that was happening, oh no. I thought he was actually going to kill this base. Well, this is not looking great for Tempo. Even though he's killing everything right now, I don't know if he did enough damage to offset Granas' macro. It's gonna take a second, maybe, for Granas to build up supply, or population. It's gonna take a second for Granas to build up population, but if Tempo can't actually kill a base, it's probably still gonna happen, you know? And Granas is still 1 base ahead, and Tempo still... Okay, he should... If he was watching that Sapari exactly, he would have seen that there's a base there, but I don't think he was. Here come the Dervish and 1 Sapari to go harass the base. Yeah, he's gonna want to move out of that scepter circle. He should win this fight though. Tempo's gonna win this fight, and I think he killed all of these moats because I don't... Oh no, he didn't. They're over here. So Granas did pull them away. 1 scepters. And Granas was going to do a scepter thing. He goes and harasses, but... Yeah, so it looks like Granas, I don't know if he clicked the moats back here, or if they just went back on their own, but they did end up dying. So... that dervish was very valuable. Build all the moats, and just traded it like 1 dervish. It's definitely worth it. So now Tempo can see this, right? Now Tempo can see that there's a base here. Now he sees it. Going for a counter. He's going for an attack on the other side of the map. I think he thought that Granas was gonna have expanded here, maybe, or he's just actually going for the natural map. That makes sense. Empire Unbroken used on the Citadel here to deny the entire attack that Emperor had planned. His units didn't see that base? Well, I think they could. Because I think you had this corner here that they could see. I think that means you can see the whole thing, maybe? Or is that not how it works? Regardless, he was microing them and he saw the hallowed ground, so... Maybe his units hadn't seen the base, though. That's 4 scepters. Yeah, that's some pretty good DPS from 4 scepters. I'm watching his stream, no base vision. Okay. I mean, at this point, though, he literally has scouted it, so... I don't know. Could be bug. The scepter is just being left alone. Maybe it's bugged. This scepter could be bugged in siege mode. That's unfortunate. Emperor deciding he needs to run all the way home. Do this pyre camp? Fair enough. But, like, at this point in the game, now you're going to start seeing Granas start to explode. Exactly. Ooh. Had some pacifist dervish as well today. Mamma mia. I don't know how many structures just finished for Granas. That's a lot. Alright, Granas just got a bunch of population. He just spammed out a bunch of production structures. He's got a lot more population than Tempo will now. And now you're going to start to see Granas start converting. Kind of realistic that units break, equipment breaks all the time. Yeah. It's not a bug. It is a feature. Empire Unbroken used to stop the Citadel from dying and defend the next expansion for Granas. For now, Tempo still has more units. These scepters are so good though. For now, Tempo still has more units, but we are gonna start to see Granas pull ahead as he starts to leverage his economy. Tempo using salvation here to make sure that he's gonna win this fight. He might actually just kill this base. What's the upgrades look like? 13 minutes into the game, Tempo has +1. Granas is with like one attack, 0 armor, and then Granas's upgrades just finished. While I was checking them, he's now got 2-2. How's that? That's crazy. Granas loses that base, but he's expanding again, as you'd expect. But now you can see in the population, Granas is very far ahead in population now. But these scepters are very vulnerable to the Sentinel horde, the murder of Sentinel or whatever we called Thrum. They're like crows. It's a murder. Sieging up the scepters, we do see that they do in fact not shoot up. I might want to see a little bit more anti-air just to deal with these sentinels from Granas, but... Oh wait, he's got a bunch of Magi. That's your anti-air. Look at the population. Granas at almost 200, over 200 population now. Tempo is going to be attacking the 4th base of Granas. Meanwhile, it looks like Granas is more than happy to just give it up. In exchange for Pyre. It makes sense. Killing the Ancient here means that he's going to have a Pillar of the Heavens for the next push that he does. That's probably going to end the game, honestly. Emperor Unbroken used here. I think that gets rid of Pillar of the Heavens now as a possibility. Places more towers and... Right. Classic awesome move. Take the Ancient, build more towers. That's what I would do as well. Tempo using Salvation as a last-ditch effort to not lose at this point, but it's a lot of stuff that Granas has. He's got a lot of stuff. I don't like Tempo's chances. This base, first one gonna be going down. It's a lot of army. Granas's population lead here it's a lot. This is very similar to last game. Granas has built a really big army and now he's pushing against Tempo and Tempo just doesn't have enough stuff to deal with it. Yeah. Like I would say the game's over right now. Tempo is definitely not going to be able to defend this. But yeah, we'll see. What do you call a group of this many Magi? I don't know. Did you just call them a clergy? They kind of look priestly. That's what I'd call them. They're like holy. He's building fire singers to take the base over there. Okay. This might be the final fight. Is the rest of Tempo's units dying? And there you go. GG. Well played, Granas. Oh yes. Well played Tempo too, by the way. GG, well played. What a good series. Very good back and forth series. Okay. Here we go. FireZerg versus Granas, map 1. In the bottom right, on Team Fire, we have FireZerg playing Ajari. And in the top left, on Team Ice playing Awesome, we have Granas. Now this FireZerg character has not played the game that much, at least. I know that yesterday they were still learning, at least. They're still learning, everybody's learning. But they're like a very new player. I know they got a key literally at least this week. I think it was yesterday. And now they've come in here as the 6th seed. They've made it all the way to effectively the final. Both players here have won 2 matches. Meaning that whoever wins this match is going to have won 3 matches and therefore they're going to win the whole thing. Very cool. So we see Granas doing his usual build, Expansion, Legion Hall, Ether Surge, and FireZerg also doing a pretty normal build, expansion, Legion Hall, Extractor. Alright, nothing out of the ordinary. When I played FireZerg yesterday, they were building Zephyrs, a lot of Zephyrs, and killing their opponent. I think I died to that. So, cool. It's probably 5.6k NAGM. Yeah. I thought yeah. Do they play in SC2 tournaments? Because I thought I remembered his name. Would make sense why they're showing up and bopping people. Yeah. Regardless, still very impressive to just like pick up a new game and instantly bop everyone. They're really funny to me. But hey, we'll see. We'll see. So once again, it's Magi Zentari from Granas, and yeah, see, look at this. Isn't this interesting? So what FireZerg does is he gets his ether, he builds the monastery probably as quickly as he can, and then he just places down 2 Legion halls like this, right? And then I guess he's gonna have a really large burst of Zephyr. Because maybe the problem for how we normally play is that we're always supply blocked. Maybe that's the problem. I don't know, because you'll see, like, when these are finished, FireZerg can build. Yeah, so he's placing 2 Legion halls at a time, making sure he's not supply blocked. Maybe that gives him more early. So that's what he's doing. That's why he has so much stuff. I like it. He doesn't actually have a population lead yet, but he's keeping up and he's building more stuff. So he does a super sharp attack. Was amazed. I'm sure we'll see it. Yeah, I experienced the same thing yesterday. He had like yeah, I went to attack him and he had like 30 Zephyrs. I was like, what?
The crown's burden is too great for thee.
The duty of heaven is greater than your sentimentality, Ajari. Now I must bear the burden.
Look at the population. And that's not max population, that's what he has in queue and like, yeah. That's crazy. Oh yeah. FireZerg going for an attack here. Granas might have enough to defend here, to be honest. There's not a huge pop advantage just yet. He's living to pump the numbers up. That's so cool. Exactly. Just by clicking these Zephyrs forward a little bit more, you get all of them firing. That was still a good fight. I mean, he didn't lose that many Zephyrs. He killed like an Absolver there. That's good. This is a ton of Zephyrs for 6 minutes into the game. And not only does he have this many Zephyrs, but he's also expanding at the normal time to expand. So there you go. This is how you should build production structures. This is how you should handle your supply, I guess. Just build a lot more. That's really cool. Third base is up. Granas has had his base up since like 5 minutes, so Granas has had that base for a while, but that's like normal. Look at this. There's so much stuff. Now you're gonna see the Soul Foundry coming down from FireZerg. At this point, Granas has caught up in production structures. Ooh. Yeah, I was muted, but it was intentional. Sorry. Anyway. Yeah, not a lot of pyre being taken, as you guys mentioned. Someone came in, so I'm muted. But Granas trying to take a 4th base here is not going to work. It's going to backfire. There's so many Zephyrs. FireZerg is going to be able to kill this. Oh, not quite through Empire Unbroken. It's going to heal, I think. Yeah, takes longer than I thought. But at this point, Granas has caught up in population. So, yeah. This is this attack has been rebuffed. Awesome is just so good defending. There is a scepter in FireZerg's main base. Not sieged up, but just like stop commanded. Interesting. Yeah, so at this point, Granas is starting to get a lead. Funny. Get a lead in population. That's because FireZerg just lost their whole army, right? Yeah. Still got a fair few production structures. Like, I think that's enough that FireZerg isn't going to be supply blocked for a while, right? It's cool. Or a population blocked or whatever. Yeah, this is Granas' entire army, so FireZerg splitting off to get Pyre here. High level move. This is looking pretty scary. That's a crazy choke, but FireZerg doesn't really have anything that can deal any AoE right now. Granas is, looks like they're going for a base race type deal. Maybe they'll defend with reinforcements. Granas, this is looking pretty bad for FireZerg now. I don't know. So most of everything, he's pulled the workers. Most of FireZerg's army is dying here, but Granas' army also has died. So I don't know how successful this attack is going to be. It might just end up being a trade in which FireZerg killed the 4th. And traded armies. But looking at how this is gonna shape up going forward, population is still in Granas' favor, and he's got a massive bank that he's just spent. And what did he just spend it on? Re-expanding, of course. Who could have guessed? Who could have guessed that Granas was going to re-expand? And now we see FireZerg taking a 4th, which is an interesting move after losing your whole army, expanding. But I guess that's, I don't know, maybe that's what you're supposed to do, and I'm just not thinking of things correctly. Because usually you would attack and expand. You wouldn't, but I guess you can also, if... Okay. FireZerg sees the highly technical army of Granas and decides, yeah, we're just not gonna win versus that. He has to give up the Pyre. But now he has to defend this expansion, right? We'll see. Granas moving in. Big fire. And yeah, the highly technical army of Granas does seem to win versus FireZerg's army of Sopari and Zephyr. Looks like this base is going to go down. I don't know if Granas is going to continue to push. But this base, at least, is going to go down. Yeah, Zephyr's just getting melted by the Scepter. Yeah, it's not looking great for FireZerg. Losing a bit too many... Yeah, using a bit too many units there. The reinforcements from Granas come in, and he is going to be able to win that first map versus FireZerg. Ooh. Quantity has a quality all on its own. True dat. True dat. Right. Once again, FireZerg, Team Fire, playing on Ajari. I don't think FireZerg can ever be Team Ice, right? That would just not make any sense. And then Granas, Awesome, Team Ice. On Frontiers again. Both going for an expansion first. Very good. So we'll see again. See what happens this time. I kind of just want to watch FireZerg's build order to kind of see what he's doing. Because I think we know what Granas is doing, right? Granas he's building a Legion Hall, then he's building a Reliquary, then another Legion Hall. He's building Zentari and then Magi, right? It's cool to see. FireZerg is constantly moving his teapots. He's pulling workers when the base finishes. And he's training the Safari. Like, this is all at the same time. That's cool. Right, what's the next step here? 75... It's actually 50 to get to the monastery. So as soon as he's got enough ether for the monastery, he's gonna build the monastery. And yeah, exactly what I said, by the way. Exactly what I said Granas would be doing is exactly what's happening. And we build another Legion Hall. Aww. Interesting. So it looks like... I wasn't watching very closely, but it looks like he just upgrades the natural expansion very quickly. That makes sense. And then we just build a lot of production structures. So whereas FireZerg upgrades the base quickly and pulls workers, Granas is expanding to a third. Interesting. Regardless of that, we see the second ether being taken and another 2 Legion Halls going down. Three minutes 40, we see... Like, this is one thing, at this point in the game, Granas has a lot of stuff compared to FireZerg, but once FireZerg gets going, he's going to have a lot more room to build units. So I think we can see Granas doing a similar thing, where he's building more Legion Halls. Just build more. When you've got extra money, just build more. Just make sure you have a lot of extra population. See, like, because Granas has been supply blocked, effectively, right? Effectively supply blocked. He's not able to make more units, but also because he took this expansion, right? Because he took this expansion, he's just got less money for units, and we can see that FireZerg is now... He's now got a lot of stuff. He's starting to move across the map. Ooh. Might want to actually pick up that fire. It would be good. Granas has already started the Citadel takeover, obviously. Wasm Gaming. Who wins this? This looks like actually equal amounts of stuff, really. But here's the secret. There's a lot more things
These lands now
coming as
belong to the
reinforcements.
Craft Empire. Leave this place or perish.
So yeah, the build for FireZerg looks like build to 90 population. Build to 90 population, then expand to a third base. Maybe that's the way to do it. Maybe
maybe Granas' way, where you expand earlier, is just better. Could be. The only way to know is to have a look at Magical's games from like a year ago. There you go. Granas expanding to... I'd say this fourth is actually just easier to defend. So this might be the natural fourth. Because this gets attacked constantly. This base. And it's also on even ground, which means, yeah, you can get attacked really easily. Whereas this base is up 2 ramps. How easy is that to defend? If you got absolvers, just siege, you know, a couple absolvers on each ramp, and then literally, it's you can't take it. It's a fortress. Two Soul Foundries going down, another Legion Hall, and some upgrades for FireZerg. We got a random tower, citadel, a random citadel being created in the main base of Granas. This is probably just to stop like warden harass, right? But usually you would put one maybe here. It's probably a better place for a tower, because you get vision and you can also cut off that avenue for attack. Like having three citadel here is an incredibly powerful position for someone to be in. The population now for FireZerg, the pop cap is very big. It's probably got more production structures, I'd imagine, than Granas does. But Granas is building up the population more naturally, so he's gonna have a lot anyway. And this fourth base, I don't know if this is ever gonna get seen. I don't know if he's ever going to scout this. It just feels like, oh, I say this, cast a curse moment. As soon as I'm talking about, I don't know if he's ever gonna see this, he just scouts it. Because of course he does. What is that? How do draws work? Can they just be called? I don't know. I haven't put any rules in place for like a maximum game length or anything. Okay. Context tempo gotta go and GG'd out. So I think if you have to leave, then I think you just like forfeit, and that just gives the win, right? So if it were 1-1 in a series, then the person who leaves forfeits the series, and the other person gets like, they get another game or something. Right, so it would be 2-1 to the other person. For draws, I haven't made any rules about maximum game time or players actually agreeing to a draw. I don't know how you do that, because you have to like ping them. When we do eventually get a chat though, that'd be cool. Offering draws. I'd say if you have to leave, or for some other reason you can't play in a game, you just forfeit, and I do what I do. The game closes after 60 minutes? Yeah, it might. Should probably do that. It's so difficult. What are, like... In a best of 3 series, what are draws supposed to... What are you supposed to do if one game is a draw? You just replay it? I don't know. Figure it out later. Regardless, what we can see here is FireZerg has a pretty decent population lead. Because they kept up their macro, effectively, right? They kept up their macro deep into this game. They've also expanded to a 4th that I didn't notice. I think you play 1 more in the series. What if that one's a draw? Oh no. If that one's a draw, 2 draws in the series, then maybe you just call it a draw, right? And then I can actually use draws in challenge because Swiss does have a thing for that. Only exception I know is in league with a point leaderboard. Yeah, I can't really do that without an exact kind of... I mean, you could do it like by population lead or income. Yeah, it's stupid. This is a huge amount of, this is all of Granas' stuff, right? So this is all of Granas' stuff versus half of FireZerg's army. So obviously Granas is going to win this, but most of FireZerg's army is over here. He might just wait for Granas to come in and then pounce on him. Or, yeah, might lose a bunch there. FireZerg is gonna have trouble coming in here because of this choke. Oh my god, and the scepter! That is brutal. Doesn't get a ton of value. Granas killing 1 Legion Hall. Yeah, I mean... I don't think it's impossible for FireZerg to defend this, and it looks like Granas doesn't want the smoke. Doesn't want the smoke. He's gonna back up and try to defend this citadel now. Granas is on 5 bases now as well. His 5th base just finished. So Granas is up 1 base, as he has been for most of the game. But now FireZerg has a lot more stuff, right? The Remax has been very successful. This is cool. We have like really high population counts and like lots of bases. This is like a proper end game, but not complete and proper end game Barath moment, right? This is not magical versus Hydra Frontiers. Wow! Getting some, that was a very... That was a very big, stutter. But, yeah, there's a huge fight coming out from both teams. I think FireZerg is winning, by the way. Right here, I'm pretty sure FireZerg is winning. Because Granas didn't instantly siege up all of the scepters. These look like they're sieged, but I don't know if they're actually sieged. They might be bugged. Yeah, they're bugged. Oh, that's so unlucky. Granas probably would have traded a little bit better if two of these scepters hadn't, 'cause that's a ton of damage to just bug out. It's really unfortunate. What you gonna do? Throne is out, but it might just get picked off instantly. The FireZerg has a lot of stuff, and yeah, I'm losing connection to arrows. FireZerg is 1v2ing the Citadel and the Ancient, and also trying to defend from Granas here. An interesting strategy, pulling the Ancient to help you attack. Oh, it's going back now. Look, you get like a free AoE ability. That's like cool, isn't it? Look, it does a little bit of damage. Yeah, all of Granas' things completely surrounded here. FireZerg is handily, like, definitely in the lead. Definitively in the lead now. All he has to do is like actually take his winning fight and convert it into killing bases, and then this game will be very close to over, you know? He just has to kill a couple bases, and then Granas probably won't be able to remax in time. Yeah, Granas is pretty unlucky to have the Scepters just bug out really hard in that very committed fight, but it's possible he would have lost anyway. It's possible. The Scepters were doing a ton of damage. Literally a moment. Actually, yeah, it's kind of hard to make the argument that he would have lost if they didn't bug out when Scepters deal that much damage. There you go. I don't know if FireZerg has seen this. I get the feeling he hasn't, but I don't know if Fog of War is completely working right now. Oh no. No, Fog of War probably working. So he should have seen that base. Oh, well, actually no. That doesn't mean he's seen it. That just means that he's moved a teapot over that at some point in the game. Yeah, it works, but you see everything. Yeah. This Scepter absolutely destroying a couple Zephyrs and 2 Absolvers. This is really... It's kind of sad to see, because if FireZerg knew about this base, he definitely wouldn't fight here, I feel like. It's definitely a bad idea to fight just in the middle of your... FireZerg needs to find the Windstep upgrade. That would be good. Maybe... Ooh. He's got like attack and armor upgrades, but maybe he hasn't looked at the research tab that closely. He probably hasn't looked at Windstep, right? As soon as he figures out Windstep, it's gonna be over. For sure. The Scepters are so good. What is happening over here? They're all behind the pillar, just killing it. But yeah, I mean, after all that, I mean, Granas is in the lead, right? Still got more bases. Like, equally, FireZerg could have expanded off of that big thing, that big trade. Now he's going to expand. Oh, Granas is also going to expand to the final base on the map. Ooh, 20 minutes into the game, all bases are taken. Or, you know, being taken. Macro lead, I assume he also upgraded most of his units. Well, ability-wise, I would assume Yeah, but in terms of like attack armor upgrades, we can see that they're actually even. So, yeah. They should be about as good as each other. But it's definitely, it's a macro lead for Granas for sure. Which is exactly what's kept him in this game, because that, imagine if this is a 60-minute game. Don't say that. Don't say that. I was thinking it before. I was not gonna say it. I don't want to be like the first time we've talked about implementing draw rules, and then in the game I'm watching that I have to figure it out on the fly. That's cringe. This is a huge fight. FireZerg kind of just, he backed up from all his absolvers. They kind of just all died. Ooh, I don't know. This isn't looking great. Scepters redeploying, none of them bugging out this time. FireZerg definitely has to run back here. This is a ton of Magi. What the heck? The game goes draw for FireZerg, he gets a auto win. Yeah, you could do that. But I mean, what does that work? How does that work? You could write it into the rules by being like, if the game is a draw, the lower seed wins, but that's... No. What if we Bukol's the draw? Yeah, that's how it would work. That's how it would work if the whole match ends up being a draw. But for each individual... Yeah, I mean, you could just do that, I guess. This game's a draw. And then if next game's a draw, then the whole series is a draw. Or if this game's a draw and then the next game is... Who calls the draw? That absolver got deleted. Yeah, at this point, Granas is up double the population, but he's got a ton of Magi. I don't know how good Magi are per population. They make your army immortal, Gates of Pyre, but there you go. That's 2-0 finals. Damn. There you go. FireZerg realizes he's beat. I mean, we could see that. There you go. There's the win for Granas. Looks like Granas gets an ISW victory. I think that, yeah.